And I'm going to interrupt myself while I'm doing this intro because, some people do it for comedy, but personally, I don't really.
Allied Rivals.
And ladies and gentlemen, we are back with the one
Yeah,
and
we
only
are.
Allied Rivals podcast. My name's AJ Herschel, and right over there, I got it right this time. Over there is Cademan Bauer, my man. We are
What's up, AJ?
Rivals. I'm doing good. And Livewire's already in the chat saying, "Yeah, baby, let's go." Today we're talking the National Basketball Association,
Yes,
and we
we
did a
are.
power rankings video a while back. But before we even get into any of that, Cademan, for all of the people that have you on their fantasy basketball, we got to break the news to them. You heard it here first.
Yeah. It's possible I slightly fractured my foot. So, yeah. It's not too bad, though. Hopefully it'll be about a month or so out. So hopefully I'll be back for the end of the basketball season.
Oh, yeah. And then
Don't
playoffs,
take
right?
me off your roster.
Oh, yeah.
So we're good.
Oh, yeah. Just stash them on your IR. That's what the spot is there
Facts.
for. Oh,
For
yeah.
real, though.
Yeah. That's rough, dude. I'm sorry about that.
It's not too big a deal, but thank you.
Yeah, of course. Livewire shouting out Cayman with the new mic. Yes, sir. Sounding, as our favorite phrase is Lightning Bauer says, cleaner than ever. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And let's go ahead. Should we get into it, Cade?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do it. All right. So we did a video about our power rankings about 3 weeks ago with Porter Drinks about the NBA right now. But we haven't talked about the NBA, right? In terms of just like what stuff we've noticed. We talked about all the other teams, but not as many things we've noticed. So, Cayman, let's go ahead and get into this. Let's start with who's your biggest surprise team so far? Because we've had some good ones, and we're about a quarter of the way into the year, 25 games into the year. We're realizing what teams were like on hot streaks, what ones are dealing with injuries and things. So far, what's been your biggest surprise this year?
This might sound really bad.
Oh, okay.
But honestly, the Rockets have kind of been a surprise, not through this whole year, but they did win 7 in a row.
That is
before
true.
Losing to the Bucks.
That's true.
And I feel like they put something together. They're a somewhat scrappy team, and they have a bunch of guys that like to dunk the ball, which I think is a really good thing. So while they're not necessarily the best team in the NBA, I feel like they could start making strides to maybe make the play-in or something like that, because I feel like the West is open.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially once you get after like the first 2 seeds and everything. Like obviously we know the Warriors and the Suns are sitting at the top, but Lakers are at the 6th seed. Do they look invincible? No. Clippers can't stay healthy. Do the Nuggets look invincible? No. Like none of these teams, like you said, Houston was projected after the beginning of the year to win 4 games this year. If they had continued on that track, it would have been an NBA record. But like you said, they're putting it together. It's a young team. They're fun. Yeah.
Alrighty. How about what's your surprise team right now?
Yeah, right now it's got to be the Cavs. If you had told, if I had looked at this roster and you would have told me, they're going to be second in offensive points per game a quarter way through the season, I'd be like, are you kidding me?
Who are you? Yeah.
Darius Garland, 50-year-old Kevin Love, and Evan Mobley are going to have the second best offense in terms of points per game. But this team's been performing so well.
Dude, they got Taco Fall. Great. What do you expect?
That is true. That's true. They do have the Taco Fall effect.
Never underestimate the Taco Fall effect.
0.6 points per game, 40% from the floor. The man's on fire this year.
Factual.
But outside of the clear MVP of the team, like Darius Garland, he's averaging 20. Colin Sexton, he's averaging 16 so far. Jared Allen is Jared Allen, and then Lauri Markkanen, turned into a nice 14-point person. And Ricky Rubio just kind of dishes it to whoever's open pretty much the entire year. So
Yeah, I like what you're saying because like it's not like one of them is the star.
Yeah.
It's a nice group of guys
Mm-hmm.
that are all playing that don't cost too much money that are starting to figure it out together. And like you said, Rubio's just dishing it out everywhere.
Yeah.
So this could be a decent team. I don't want to say
Yeah.
great because you
Right.
need a star or two to be great, in my
Mhm.
opinion, in this league.
Yeah.
But they could be decent.
Yeah. And sorry, I completely read something wrong. It's not second in points per game, second in opponent's points per game.
Oh,
If you
that
had
makes
told
more
me the
sense.
Cavs had one of the best defenses in the league,
Taco Fall.
really,
Just
clearly, obviously,
clearly.
and 50-year-old Kevin Love, just like Livewire said, 50-year-old Kevin Love,
Love
absolutely.
it.
Moving on, Cade, what's been your biggest disappointment so far to start the year?
You know what? I think the Trailblazers.
Mm,
And I mean, we've had injuries and all that,
yeah,
but I just felt like they were going to do better. Team led by Dame time, or
mhm.
maybe Dame is dead. I don't know. And CJ McCollum. Who else? Who else is on that roster?
Great question, because they probably should have tanked like
They probably
3
should
years
have.
ago. Yeah,
Factual.
but after the two of those, you got what? Nasir Little still
Tony
there,
Snell.
Robert Covington, Tony Snell's, Anthony Simons as well. But yeah,
Yeah. So Trailblazers, disappointing,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
unacceptable. How about you?
For me, I'm gonna keep it in the West so far, and I get that they were without their star player for 7 games, but it's the Nuggets so far. Jokic is hard carrying that team right now. Like carrying. Michael Porter Jr., I don't know what kind of slump he's in, but is shooting 30-20 right now from the floor. Livewire says Trailblazers are the Knicks. The Knicks is another interesting one. I cut them a little bit of slack because the East, after the top 3, is like really tight, separated by 1, 2, or 3 games.
Yeah.
But yeah, gosh, the Nuggets is just like you've got Aaron Gordon, and I know that Jamal Murray hasn't been 100% either. I know he hasn't been healthy, but Jokic is averaging a triple-double. Triple-double. Last time someone did that, Russell Westbrook didn't win MVP. And the year before he won MVP, but we decided we didn't want to let him do it twice in a row to win MVP, so he didn't. But since when does a big man get what? Like 7.2 assists per game? He's averaging nearly a triple-double, and it's Jokic here. He just plays good, clean basketball, and the rest of the team just ain't helping him right now, unfortunately. Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Disappointment. I forgot about the Los Angeles Lakers.
Really?
And it may not be the whole team, like they're all old and stuff, and we kind of suspected it. But maybe the disappointing thing is AD shooting like 18% from 3.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that he's not a 3-point shooter like at all, but yeah, 19% for 3 right now.
19.
That ain't good.
Okay. Yeah. Just thought I'd add that
Yeah.
in. Moving on to a brighter note.
Yeah.
AJ.
The comment section.
Sure.
Brett D.
Let's do
The
it.
Blazers will never win with Dame and CJ. Tank and trade him. It's real. I feel kind of bad for Chauncey Billups. They hire this guy to create a new culture with the team. The West is leaving them behind, and they have 2 stars who probably deserve to be somewhere else on a team that can actually contend. And yeah, Livewire says Dame needs backup. I think he's tired of doing this on his own. Yeah. Anyway,
brighter note. AJ, how do you feel about your team?
Dude, I'm psyched.
He's psyched.
I haven't been this excited since we made the Eastern Conference Finals. And with Butler and Rondo and Taj Gibson and whoever all we had on that team. Yep. We're second in the East. And our team has had so many problems so far. Vooch has been on the COVID list. Kobe White out for the beginning of the year, then he lands on the COVID list. What's the other guy I'm thinking of who's done for the year? Pat Williams. Yeah. Done. Pat Williams is done for the year. And still, we're second in the East. DeRozan and Levine are both averaging 20 points a game. Averaging. Both of them are hitting almost 50% from the floor. That is nuts. Vooch is finally shooting again. Lonzo is one of the most accurate three-point shooters in the league right now. He's hitting 42. And then my boy, Ayo Dosunmu, is just a force off the bench. He's like Caruso Jr. for me. He's not going to show up on the stat sheet all that often, but he hustles, he makes great passes, and he's smart. I was super scared that this weird semi-small ball lineup wasn't going to work for us so far, but we're winning games, and we're winning games against solid teams so far. So yep. I'm proud of the Bulls. We're second in the East, and I'm very happy that we are. Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, this is the first time where I've been nervous that the Bucks aren't going to win the division. So, yeah. But moving on, it's your the Milwaukee Bucks. You know my team. I'm actually really happy about how we're doing.
Yeah.
Because we started off with a handful of injuries.
Yep.
Drew Holiday was out for a few games. Middleton was having problems. Dante DiVincenzo hasn't played this season yet.
Yep.
Brook Lopez has been out for forever. Who knows if he'll come back the rest of this season with all his back problems. I think he had a back surgery.
Yep.
Something like that.
And you signed Boogie. And who knows what's going to happen with that.
For real. But you know what? I'm proud of our team. I'm proud of the Bucks. We've kind of fought through a lot of injuries, come back. Bobby Portis has played really well.
Yeah.
But I mean, it also helps to have Giannis.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one little piece of our team.
Just
kind of just a little bit. Just kind of helps to have
rotational piece.
Yeah, but for real, that rotational piece has done a lot for us this year.
Yep.
Still in the MVP conversation. I mean, I know it's a quarter of the way in, but people start talking about MVP after like 5 games. So
yeah, honestly, yeah.
So I'll just throw that in there. I mean, Giannis is still like top 3 in.
Oh yeah,
everything he should be, like rebounds, points. He's not doing bad in assists compared to what he normally does. And I mean, our team is thriving without our without our center, and with a new Grayson Allen. We got George Hill back.
Yes,
it's a different looking team.
Mm-hmm.
And I was a little worried, but I think it'll work out.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I think you guys are like 11-1 when Giannis is in. Like, take out the games that he didn't play. This team has the best record in the East. And Grayson Allen, another one of the most accurate 3-point shooters in the league, is hitting 41% from 3. 41. Fine. I'm glad he's finally getting his due. Glad he's a solid player. I like him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, we got some comments. Let's see. Cademan, if you see me pull up with the Warriors jersey, you know what's up. Or a Bulls jersey. Okay.
Do you know what fan Livewire is, though? Like I'm getting mixed messages here.
I'm pretty sure I do know what fan this is.
Really? And which is it?
This is... I don't know if he wants me to say his name. Livewire, do you want me to say your name or not?
No, I mean like his favorite team. Like, I'm just wondering.
Oh,
like who does he rep? I don't even know. Okay, Warriors. Okay, he's Warriors, a Warriors guy. All right,
he's a Warriors.
Right. Since what year? If you say EST 2015, we got some questions about a wagon.
Got some
and some music being performed on that wagon.
That's for real.
AJ, just kidding. We love you, Livewire.
Yeah, we do love you, Livewire. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, kind of, Brett.
And Porter.
Favorite rookies so far.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why, AJ, take it away. Who's your? Who's your favorite rookie so far?
Well, personally, if I'm going just based off of like who I've loved watching this year, it's Ayo Dosunmu because I'm a Bulls fan. He is a force off the bench. He can drop 10 points if you need him to. And when Kobe White was out, he was that point guard off the bench that we needed once DeRozan and Levine went out to hold down the fort. And he's been performing really well. He's fast on defense. He's quick on offense. I'm really proud of him. If I'm going just based off of pure stats, it's Evan Mobley because that man has like 2 blocks a game and is just you can't score against him on the rim. And he's like he's like 20. That kid scares me. He is good. here I am younger than him saying that kid scares me. But he's a freak athlete, man. He is incredible.
It's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
Evan Mobley has been doing a really, really great job so far. As you said, keeping guys out of the paint. I'd say he's definitely a more defense threat than offense threat. But I mean, development over time, that could all change.
And big reason for why Cleveland's defense is so good.
It's for real. What'd you say, second or fifth?
I believe they were second.
I think you said second,
second
in opponents scoring.
Points per game, yep.
Who is Livewire? Nathan?
Is it?
Brett Dieter thinks it's Nathan. Livewire's not going to confirm anything, but Brett thinks he's right.
Interesting. And Livewire does say EST05. All right, we're good. Okay. We're good. You had to survive the mid-2000s. We're good.
We're good. Yeah, so...
Nice. So your favorite rookie's Mobley as well?
It is Mobley as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, hands down.
Well...
Last question.
This now brings us...
Yep.
To a topic that has been talked about a lot this past month, 2 months, however long it's been. Where's our Suns? Who's number one?
Yeah, that's tough, dude, because they've split the season series so far, so we can't even give like a head-to-head. And right now, I'm going to give it to the Warriors, not just because Curry's looked insane. I think the Suns are looking great. DeAndre Ayton is taking another step forward. He's insane. D-Book is such a good shooter. Paul is such a great facilitator. But I think for me, it's Golden State. First of all, because of just the amount of depth that this team just pulled out of the back all of a sudden. Remember a couple of years ago, we were like, oh, they're bad. What are they going to do with all of those picks that they have now? Are they going to come back? Well, with all the picks and everything, they're just going to go get Jonathan Kuminga and James Wiseman isn't even really 100% yet, and this team is still 21-4. And not to mention, Wiggins is actually scoring 20% again and shooting 40% from three. 40% from three. 40%. Andrew stinking Wiggins. That is crazy. It's the Warriors for me. They play this weird small ball lineup where like Draymond is their big, and they play. They suffocating defense, great offense, suffocating defense, number one in assists per game, number one in opponent points allowed per game. They have the best defense and the third best offense. Easily my number one.
I was hoping you were going to say the Suns so that I could argue with you, but it has to be the Warriors. Yeah. Like Steph Curry is playing too good. Draymond Green, as you said, Wiggins is averaging 19 points a game. Yep. And he's just a consistent shooter from pretty much everywhere on the court. Yeah. So that's something you really like to see. I mean, Draymond Green hasn't been necessarily a points threat. Yeah. But he's getting rebounds. He's dishing it out a decent amount. And his game has changed a little bit over the years. But he's just doing what they need him to. And their chemistry is working.
He's a leader on that team.
It's fun to watch. I can't lie.
Yeah.
I think they are the best team.
There we go. Well, you heard it here first. A quarter of the way through the season, according to the Allied Rivals, the Warriors are number one, which is something that will 100% last throughout the rest of the season because we made it after 25 games. Comment section's kind of blowing up a little bit. Brett D says Bulls losing by 16 to the Heat. Yeah, we don't have DeRozan tonight. He's on the COVID list. I'm not surprised. We're running like a 6-man rotation tonight. That's fine. Livewire is agreeing with us, also saying what the Warriors fan saying Warriors as well as the number one team.
Get this, guys. Nathan was born in 2005, so he came straight out of the womb and was watching the Warriors. And I guarantee you, Nate remembers every second of it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Literally, when he was born with a Warriors hat on. Obviously,
it's for real.
Yeah. It's like signing day, right? You know, you got to make the decision. No, he already knew. Easy.
For real. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that shall end this episode. Unless, AJ, you got anything else?
I think I'm all good, dude.
Alrighty. Let's hit this outro, and we shall see you next time. Go, Pack, go. Bears are going to get smoked tomorrow night.
Yeah, probably.
And we'll see you next time on the one and only Allied Rivals podcast.
Adios.
rival.